Hi, this is Randy Rolfe from the Institute for Creative Solutions, sharing foundational concepts about vibrant health through natural living. And I want to talk about a new study that just came out. It was published in Cell Metabolism, and the title is Ultra-Processed Diets Cause Excessive Calorie Intake and Weight Gain, an inpatient randomized controlled trial of ad libitum food intake. So what they did was they took 20 people of all different ages and sizes, and they, for 2 weeks, they put them on either an ultra-processed diet or a whole foods diet. And then they measured everything, what was going on with their hormones, of control of the appetite and satiety, and their blood sugar and their blood pressure and so on, and of the total calorie intake and how much of each, whether fat or sugar or protein they took in. And they gave them each basically infinite amount of food, twice as much food as they would normally take calorically. And both groups, after 2 weeks, they switched them to the other group. And so they saw what kinds of changes happened in their bodies and the way they ate. And one of the most interesting things was that they actually ate more calories and gained weight on the ultra-processed diet compared with the whole foods diet. And that's what I've been teaching for a long, long time. One of the theories they developed was that both groups, in whether which diet they were eating, ate exactly, statistically exactly the same amount of protein. But on the ultra processed diet, they ate a whole lot more carbohydrates and protein at almost an extra 100 calories a day. And over the 2-week period, a 500 calorie increase, which is plenty to put on weight over the course of a year. And what they found was that seemed quite likely that to get the equal amount of protein, they had to eat more of the processed foods, because most protein in processed foods is combined with carbohydrates and sweets and lots of fat. So they're suggesting that in order to get the nutrients their body wants, they just get a whole lot more calories because of the way our food in processed foods is combined. And I've always been saying that people eat more because their bodies are craving the vitamins and the minerals that have been extracted from the processed foods. And now they're saying because to get an equal amount of protein, they end up with more calories. The other thing they found was that the hormone that gives you satiety doesn't have time, because the people who are eating the processed foods ate faster, partly because it doesn't need as much chewing. It just goes right down because it's already processed and refined. And that also the appetite hormone was lowered in the whole foods diet. It just was naturally lower. And so that's really fascinating too. The whole foods diet was in effect in the feedback mechanism of the body more satisfying, so that it built more of that hormone of satiety. And yes, more of the hormone of satiety, and also lowered the hunger hormone. So that's pretty significant. So they said, in spite of there being, lower nutrient density as far as the vitamins and minerals that we need to stay healthy, we also will tend to gain weight on a refined diet. So that's really a strong indication that whole foods have more than just being free of chemicals and free of toxins and more nutritionally rich foods, but also you eat more and your likely to gain weight. And this is a major cause, I believe, of the epidemic of obesity and all of the things that come with obesity eventually. Now, in 2 weeks, they didn't see much change at all in blood chemistry or in blood sugar or the insulin response. But over time, over months and years, those things can really develop if you're not getting the nutrients you need. And certainly if you're putting on weight, you're much more likely to have all the degenerative diseases if your body is overwhelmed with a whole lot of extra tissue to nourish. So you have that pincer movement, that you're getting less nutrients, but you have more tissue to feed. So all kinds of things can go wrong over time when you're eating an ultra-processed diet. So that's it for today. That's number 260 of my Vibrant Health sessions. So I hope that you will subscribe, tell your friends about it, go to Facebook to check out my latest post, and it's on my page, Vibrant Health Through Natural Living, on Facebook. So thanks for listening. Have a great Labor Day. Today's Labor Day.